So here's another example. Again, for balancing, you want to count first, right? So I have an Ag and I have an H2 and I have an S. Okay, so silver, hydrogen, and sulfur, and don't put the 2. Okay, so on this side, I have 1 silver, 2 hydrogens, and 1 sulfur. Okay, on this side, we have the same elements, but we have 2 silvers, 1 sulfur, and 2 hydrogens. Okay, so when we look at what we have here, we can see that the silvers don't balance. Okay, so remember, the first thing we do is we look at our metals, and our metal is the silver. Okay, and we try to balance those. So what times 1 would equal 2? And so that would mean we'd need to put a 2 in the silver on this side, and then we recount. So now I have 2 silvers, 2 hydrogens, 1 sulfur. Here I have 2 silvers, 1 sulfur, and 2 hydrogens. So now that our numbers are the same, this is balanced. And remember, in the blanks where there isn't anything, you put a 1. Okay? Let's look at one more. Hold this really quickly. All right, so here's the second one. And this one kind of gets to that idea of the polyatomics. You can group them. And so if we look, SO4 is a polyatomic ion, and OH is a polyatomic ion. And if we look on the other side, we have OH and SO4. So we can treat those as a single particle. So over here, when we do our counting, we're going to have aluminum, and then we're going to have sulfate. So we're actually going to group those together, and then we're going to have calcium, and then we're going to have hydroxide. So I'm grouping those together. And if it helps, you can always put the parentheses around them. Okay? So when we're counting, there would be 2 aluminums and 3 SO4s. Here there's 1 calcium and there's 2 OHs. Okay? We do the same thing on the other side. So we have aluminum is 1, SO4 is 1, calcium is 1, and hydroxide is 3. Okay? So start with your metals, right? So our metals in this case are aluminum and calcium. Okay, so when I look, the calciums are already balanced, or at least at this point they are, but the aluminums are not. Okay, so on this side I have 2 aluminums, on this side I only have 1. So in order to make that balance, I need to put a 2 in front of the aluminum hydroxide. Okay, so now I'm going to recount. So I have 2 aluminums. I have there's 3 here times 2, so this becomes 6. Calciums, I still only have 1, and the sulfates, I still only have 1. Okay, so are we balanced? No. Okay, our metals are balanced, so let's take the next one on our list and balance that. So my SO4 here, there are 3, and my SO4 here, there are 1. So on this side, I have to add a 3, and that is going to give me, have to look here, so I have 2 aluminums. I have 3 SO4s. I have 3 calciums, and I have 6 OHs. Okay, do I balance? So I balance here, but I don't balance here. Okay, so now I'm going to look at it again, and I'm going to ask myself, okay, let's see. Oh, the calciums don't balance. Okay, so I have 3 on this side, 1 on this side, so that means I need 3 calcium. So I'm going to put 3 in front of there, and then I'm going to recount this side. So here I have 2 aluminums. I have 3 SO4s. I have 3 CAs, or 3 calciums, and then there's 2 here times 3 is 6. So if I look now I'm balanced. The last thing I need to do is fill in my blanks with 1s. Okay, so there you are. You have 2 more examples on balancing equations. If you need help, let me know.